Welcome back to Seed Time and Harvest. We are going to be preserving our lemon balm. You may ask how? Using a dehydrator and a freeze dryer. We're going to compare the outcome and then we're going to be making some tea bags. The first step in preserving any food item is to make sure that they are nicely washed and clean. With my lemon balm, what I'm going to go through is I'm going to look at all the leaves, make sure that there are no bugs. We have an organic garden. Yes, we do. So again, as you can see here, you want to make sure that you have no bugs, no form of insect on your plants. If you do so, just go ahead and remove them. Another thing to look for is leaves that are curled. If your leaves are curled, attached together with a web-like substance, then that means you have something living under your leaves, okay? As you can see here, there is something living here. Then what we're gonna do now is, again, going through, looking for bugs, and then I'm gonna use my finger, or you can use a scissors, just to remove the good leaves. I am not gonna include the stem. Why? Because the stem has a lot more water content than the leaves, and that may affect the drying time. The leaves and the stem that's attached is fine. Those will work, but not the big stem. These set of leaves are clean, no bugs. What you can do is just pinch your leaf, and once you start pulling one, you can usually clear the stem. I'm just dropping them in the water. Again, you can use the scissors if you so choose, but it's just faster to do it this way. So examine your leaves, make sure they're not curled, make sure there's no bugs. You just pinch the first set and you just pull on the stem and it will clean all the leaves off the stem for you. After sorting through all the leaves, look what I found, a caterpillar in the leaf. So you have to make sure you check it really, really good. Remove them from the stem, go through and make sure there are no bugs. After we have made sure all our leaves are clean, what we're going to do is wash them really good. If you have a salad spinner, that would be great to get rid of the extra moisture. But if not, you can just use a paper towel. And that's what I'm going to use today. I'm just going to spread out a paper towel, put the leaves on there, damp them to get out some of the moisture, and then load them onto my dehydrator and the freeze dryer. The next thing we're going to do is dry it. If you have a salad spinner, that will be great for drying your herb. If not, you can just use some paper towel and try to remove as much of the water as possible. It's not really a problem if you dehydrate with water. It just means that the process is going to take a little bit longer. So once you have your herbs, they have very little moisture, you can go ahead and line your freeze dryer tray, which is what I'm doing first. These are smaller. You want to make sure that they are evenly spread, not too much stacked on top of each other. After we've lined our freeze dryer tray, we're going to do the same thing with our dehydrator tray. And you have about 5 trays with your freeze dryer and 9 with your dehydrator, but you do not want to overfill them, okay? Make sure they're evenly spread, enough surface area for the heats to come in contact with. And once we are done, we are gonna set them all out for you to see what we've got. We filled 4 trays for our dehydrator and all 5 of the freeze dryer. For time, the dehydrator will take anywhere from 3 to 6 hours to complete, and the freeze dryer anywhere from 24 to 48 hours. Let's get our dehydrator loaded. The next step, we are going to put the cover on, completely necessary. And finally, we are going to set the time. Most dehydrators will come with a drying guide. It gives you a list of items to grow and the temperature. The lowest setting is for herb, which is 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to go ahead and turn our knob to 105 degrees. We're going to let it stay on this setting for about 3 to 6 hours, or you can come in and touch your herbs. If it's dry to the touch, then that means your herbs are ready. This is our freeze dryer space, and we're gonna get our machine ready for our herbs. So there are a series of prompts that you have to follow prior to putting your herbs in your freeze dryer, and it has already been customized. So once we click start, it's gonna start up, and we have to wait 15 minutes for the vacuum chamber to cool before we can load our trays. Ice is already forming in the vacuum chamber. It has to cool in preparation for the food item to be loaded, and that cooling process will take exactly 15 minutes. Now, some people will say, yes, freeze your items before putting them in the freeze dryer. It will help, but the machine is going to freeze it for you. So in the case of herbs, that's not absolutely necessary. Our freeze dryer is ready for our trays to be loaded. You can tell it's not just cool, it's cold. It's 33 degrees, and our trays are set to go in. Let's just pop them in right now. One tray at a time into our freeze dryer. And it's really loud, so if you have a freeze dryer, you want to put it in an area where you will not be sleeping, so it doesn't keep you awake. This is going to run about 24 to 48 hours. The room where it is not currently occupied, and this is the perfect space. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to close our freeze dryer and hit the continue button, and that's it. It's going to freeze, and then the drying process will begin. We'll bring you back when it's done. Our freeze-dried process is complete. Our lemon balm is ready. And now we're going to compare the freeze-dried lemon balm with the dehydrated lemon balm. And I can already tell that I'm going to prefer the freeze-dried. Finally, we will be removing our dehydrated lemon balm from our dehydrator. All right. And here it is. Let's come in for a closer look. Here we have both lemon balms side by side, the freeze-dried lemon balm and the dehydrated lemon balm. First, let's talk about how it looks. Well, as you can see, the freeze-dried lemon balm is a lot more attractive in terms of color. You can see the green a lot better, whereas the dehydrated lemon balm is more brown. The freeze-dried tend to hold its shape a lot more than the dehydrated, which is a lot more crumbly. The freeze dryer use cold air or freezing to preserve the lemon balm, while the dehydrator use heat. With the freeze dryer, only the water is removed. And in addition to the dehydrator using heat, you have a lot more nutrients being removed. Definitely feels a lot more crumbly. With the dehydrated lemon balm, I can tell that the freeze dryer is really, really dry, but it doesn't have as much crunch, as much crumble as the dehydrated version. And I know with the freeze dryer, once you rehydrate it, it will come back to its original shape, whereas that's not the case with the dehydrated version. But it's not about how it looks, it's about, does it have the same taste as that nice, fresh lemon balm. Smelling, you have a faint scent. Both give a faint smell of lemon, but again, I have some steeping, so we'll get to taste it. Now, how do we preserve these? You can either put them in a mason jar, you can put them in a Ziploc bag, or in my case today, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some lemon balm tea bag. The process of making your tea bag is very simple. If you have a coffee grinder or a small blender, of course, you can dump all your leaves into your grinder and just crumble them up. But these are super crunchy. They will break super easy. So I'm just going to get my hand and try to mash them as much as I can. The stem is going to separate from the leaves. The leaves are what I'm going to use. And now I am starting to get that delicious lemony scent. I wish you could smell this. Oh, I'm so excited. I really like lemon balm. And if you can make it, oh, this is amazing. It's amazing. Lemon verbena, lemon balm, some of my favorite things to smell. All right, and then I have the bags here. You can get these on Amazon. You can buy them in bulk. These are single-use tea bag ones. However much herb you want to put in your tea bag, you just fill it. All right, so I'm not going to make it perfect. These are going in tea, so nobody's going to really see it. You can stuff it however concentrated you would like, and it has string that you're going to just pull to close. All right, you're just going to pull your string, and that's how you're going to make your tea bag. And you can repeat the same process with the freeze-dried lemon balm, also with the dehydrated. All right, now, finally, let's see how they taste. Now for the moment we've been waiting for. Well, I've been waiting for the taste test. So let me pop this honey open. I have both types of lemon balm brewing right now. This one with the string, this is the freeze-dried lemon balm, and that's the dehydrated. I must say, as I was breaking the freeze-dried lemon balm, the smell, it was so profound. But for the dehydrated one, it didn't smell as strong, so I'm a bit disappointed with that. But it was expected because not only you have nutrient removed, but a little bit of flavor being removed when you dehydrate as well. So let's taste it. And I can look and tell that the leaves are getting rehydrated really nicely. It's really green for the freeze-dried lemon balm. And let me see if it tastes just as good as it smells. Tastes like lemon balm. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, man. Tastes good. It's good. All right. Let's try the dehydrated lemon balm. I don't know. I'm nervous. I put the leaves in here. There's about 8 leaves. Let's taste. It's not as lemony as the freeze-dried lemon balm. It has a little, almost like a burnt taste to it. I think I'm gonna go with the freeze-dried. I like that one better. With the dehydrated lemon balm, the leaves hydrate pretty well. You see, even though it crumbles good, it rehydrates pretty well, but it's still brown. Whereas the freeze-dried lemon balm, it's a lot more green. So I prefer the freeze-dried. Now that don't mean you have to go out and get a freeze dryer. You can use whatever you have to dehydrate to preserve your greens. You can either put them in the oven. You can use a dehydrator. I've even used my car. If it's really hot outside, clean your dashboard, put them on a tray, lock the car. The temperature inside the car will dry out your herbs, okay? So if you have any herbs growing at home, look at this. Make your own tea bag, fresh, organic, right from the backyard, no additives, no preservative, just the natural herb. So I hope you try it. I hope this video was a bit encouraging for you to start growing your own food. Use what you have grown, store it for later. I'm going to put mine in some mason jar and put it in my cabinet, and I will be able to enjoy all winter. All right? So thanks again for joining me. I am asking, please like this video. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave your comment below. Let me know what's your best tea to drink. And I will see you in the next video. Happy planting. Take care. I am going to love my tea. This is really good. This is good. I'm happy.